Welcome to Outdoor Oasis Ideas. The concept of designing fragrant flower beds along walkways is a delightful way to enhance your living environment. It's not just about visual appeal. It's about creating a multi-sensory experience that greets you every time you step outside. Let's begin by considering the overall vision for your fragrant walkway. Key is to create a harmonious blend of scents that complement each other without becoming overwhelming. For those living in modern, minimalist apartments, consider a clean and simple design that focuses on a few key fragrant plants. Lavender is an excellent choice for this style, with its clean lines and soothing scent. Pair it with the delicate fragrance of white jasmine for a sophisticated, contemporary look. Contrast between the purple lavender and white jasmine flowers creates visual interest while maintaining a sleek, modern aesthetic. If your apartment has a more traditional or classical style, you might opt for a lush, romantic flower bed design. Roses are the quintessential fragrant flower for this look, and they come in a wide variety of scents. Consider pairing deep red, richly scented roses with the sweet perfume of peonies and the spicy aroma of carnations. This combination creates a luxurious, old-world charm that complements traditional architecture beautifully. For those lucky enough to have a cottage-style apartment with a quaint walkway, embrace a more whimsical and informal approach to your fragrant flower beds. Mix and match a variety of scented flowers in a seemingly random pattern. Sweet peas, with their delicate fragrance, can climb up trellises along the path. Intersperse these with the honey-like scent of alyssum and the spicy sweet aroma of dianthus. This creates a charming, cottage garden feel that's full of character and delightful surprises. Mediterranean-style apartments lean into the sun-loving, aromatic herbs that thrive in warm climates. Create a sensory walkway lined with rosemary, thyme, and sage. Not only do these herbs smell wonderful, but they're also practical for cooking. Intersperse these with the sweet scent of heliotrope, and the citrusy aroma of lemon verbena. This combination evokes the essence of a Mediterranean garden, transporting you to sun-drenched coastal regions with every step. For those in urban apartments with limited space, vertical gardening techniques can be employed to maximize your fragrant flower bed potential. Use wall-mounted planters or tiered stands to create a vertical garden along your walkway. Fill these with cascading scented plants like trailing jasmine or scented geranium. The vertical element not only saves space, but also brings the fragrance up to nose level, enhancing the sensory experience. In apartments with a tropical or exotic flair, embrace bold, heady scents that transport you to far-off lands. The intoxicating fragrance of gardenias can be the star of your flower bed, complemented by the sweet scent of frangipani and the spicy aroma of ginger lilies. For those living in apartments with a contemporary, eco-friendly design, consider creating a native plant flower bed. Research fragrant plants that are indigenous to your area. Not only will these be well adapted to your local climate, but they'll also support local pollinators. Native honeysuckles, for example, offer a sweet scent and are excellent for attracting butterflies and hummingbirds. For those in rustic or farmhouse-style apartments, embrace a more natural wildflower approach to your fragrant flower bed. Mix together native wildflowers that offer a variety of scents throughout the seasons. A light, sweet scent of yarrow, a spicy aroma of wild bergamot, and the fresh scent of chamomile can create a meadow-like atmosphere along your walkway. In apartments with a coastal or beach house vibe, incorporate plants that evoke the fresh, clean scents of the seaside. Sea lavender, with its subtle, salty, sweet aroma, can be paired with the fresh scent of coastal rosemary and the sweet fragrance of beach plum. These plants not only smell wonderful, but are also tolerant of sandy soils and salt spray, making them perfect coastal environment. For those in apartments with a formal or elegant style, consider creating symmetrical flower beds with carefully chosen fragrant plants. Boxwood hedges can provide structure and a subtle, fresh scent, while neatly trimmed lavender adds a more pronounced fragrance. Intersperse these with the sweet scent of lily of the valley for a touch of delicate elegance. In apartments with an industrial or loft-style aesthetic, contrast the hard surfaces and straight lines with soft, fragrant flower bed. The sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine can soften the industrial feel, while the spicy aroma of nicotiana adds depth. Consider using reclaimed materials like old metal containers or wooden crates as planters to maintain the industrial vibe while introducing natural element. For those in apartments with a country or farmhouse style, embrace a more relaxed and abundant approach to your fragrant flower beds. Add in some fragrant herbs like lemon balm and mint for a fresh, country garden scent. This creates a nostalgic, homey atmosphere that's perfect for a country-style apartment. For those in apartments with a tropical rainforest theme, embrace lush, exotic scents that transport you to the heart of the jungle. Sweet, heady fragrance of ylang-ylang can be combined with the fruity aroma of passion flower and the spicy scent of ginger. These rich, tropical scents create an immersive sensory experience that complements the lush visual aesthetic of a rainforest-themed space. When designing your fragrant flower beds, it's important to consider the layout of your front yard and the style of your home. For a traditional home with a straight walkway, you might opt for symmetrical flower beds on either side of the path. This classic design can be filled with fragrant plants, lavender, roses, and peonies, creating a timeless and elegant approach to your front door. If you have a curved walkway leading to your front door, take advantage of this natural flow by creating sweeping beds that follow the curve of the path. Fill these with a mixture of fragrant plants at varying heights, tall lilacs or gardenias at the back, mid-height roses or lavender in the middle, and low-growing sweet alyssum or thyme at the edges. This creates a lush, layered look that guides visitors along the path, the progression of scent. When selecting plants for your fragrant flower beds, it's crucial to consider your climate and the amount of sunlight your front yard receives. For sunny locations, fragrant plants like lavender, roses, and herbs like rosemary and thyme are excellent choices. These sun-loving plants will thrive and produce abundant fragrant blooms or foliage. For shaded front yards, there are still plenty of fragrant options available. Consider plants like lily of the valley, which produces delicate, sweet-scented flowers in spring, or fragrant hostas. Offer subtle scents along with their attractive foliage. Don't forget to consider the seasons when planning your fragrant flower beds. You want to ensure that you have fragrant blooms throughout as much of the year as possible. Spring blooming plants like hyacinths and daffodils can provide early season fragrance. While summer blooming lavender and roses take over in the warmer months. For fall fragrance, consider plants like sweet autumn clematis, fragrant chrysanthemums. Another important factor to consider is the time of day when the fragrance is most noticeable. Some plants, like evening primrose or night blooming jasmine, release their scent in the evening. These can be perfect choices for planting near your front door. You often return home in the evening, greeting you with a burst of fragrance as you approach your house. When designing your fragrant flower beds, don't be afraid to mix different types of plants. Combining perennials, annuals, and even small shrubs can create a diverse and interesting landscape. For example, you might have a backbone of fragrant shrubs like lilacs or viburnums, interspersed with perennial lavender and filled in with annual sweet alyssum. This creates a layered look that provides fragrance at different heights and times of the year. Remember to consider the growth habits of your chosen plants when designing your beds. Some fragrant plants, like mint or lemon balm, can be quite invasive and are best planted in containers to keep them under control. Others, like clematis or jasmine, are climbers and will need support structures. Planning for these growth habits from the beginning will ensure your fragrant flower beds remain beautiful and well maintained over time. Color is another important factor to consider when designing your fragrant flower bed. While scent is the primary focus, you also want your front walkway to be visually appealing. Consider creating a color scheme that complements your home's exterior. For a cottage-style home, you might choose a mix of pastel-colored fragrant flowers. Don't forget about foliage when planning your fragrant flower beds. Many plants, particularly herbs, fragrant leaves that release their scent when brushed against. Planting these along the edges of your walkway can create an interactive sensory experience. Imagine brushing past fragrant lemon thyme or scented geraniums as you walk to your front door. Consider incorporating hardscaping elements into your fragrant flower bed design. A small seating area near your fragrant beds can create a lovely spot to sit and enjoy the scents. Or you might add stepping stones through wider beds, allowing you to get up close and personal with your fragrant plants. These elements not only add visual interest, but also increase the functionality of your front yard. Don't forget about the practical aspects of your fragrant flower bed design. Ensure that your beds are easily accessible for maintenance. You'll need to be able to reach your plants for watering, pruning, and deadheading to keep them looking and smelling their best. Consider adding stepping stones or small paths within larger beds to make maintenance easier.